Good afternoon, America. I'm looking a little faded. It's because my brackets suck yet. Once again, 16 teams was all we had to do. We're down to the Final Four in the NCAA men's basketball tournament, and I have 0 teams remaining. Another edition of WTF Monday on the Odds Brothers comes up. Episode 61 on Monday, March 27th. Oh, Kevo, roll that beautiful beam footage.
Welcome to the Odds Brothers Podcast. Follow the Odds Brothers Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Now here are the hosts of the show, Moneyline Mark.
I'm not a smart man.
And Point Spread Shane.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Oh, welcome there, Marcellus.
I feel like I'm on the sun. I can't see.
Did you bring your bracket?
What am I today? Online support tech for GameWise. Oh, yeah.
I guess
Director
kind of.
of Bentley Podcast. So you changed yours too. Awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I like that. Overrule.
Yeah,
But
and
that
Kevin's
should
now
say-
executive producer.
That should say Overrule Point Spread Shane, and that should say Underrule Moneyline Mark.
Oh, look how much room he's got there.
Well, take out
You're
our
right,
last
Snow.
names. You got plenty.
Hey, you're right. All right, Kev, we'll make a note on that. That'll come on Friday's show. Can you bring your bracket at all?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Might as well be that.
Yeah.
I just was trying to remember, and we'll go through it, so I guess we'll get a quick one. But did you have San Diego State in your Final Four?
Sure.
How about Florida Atlantic University?
Yes.
Miami?
Yes.
And UConn?
Yes.
You're full of shizzle.
Oh, well, I'm hoping Kevin's graphics are as good as they have been.
And you might have gotten
And I got all 4.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to go over the what
Come on,
remains
Kevin.
of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. We also have some recap of the NBA, more NBA games coming, and then, of course, the recap of the XFL as well. Let's put it this way. Before we get rolling into stuff, like and subscribe if you would.
Ring that bell for notifications.
That's right.
Ding.
And when you do that, you help us get to our goal.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at some point before we hit our 100th episode, we're looking for 100 subscribers. We're not asking for much.
Oh.
We're still looking for the tour bus. But outside of that, we're not really asking for
What's
much.
it take for the tour bus? Kyle?
Oh, Kyle, I don't know. We're probably going to need like 100,000 subscribers.
Kyle.
to take this show on the road.
Remember the clown car and the clown bus that was here on property? We
Yes.
drove to Nashville one time, or we
Yes.
rode in. We didn't
Van,
drive it.
the clown van.
Yeah, the clown van. Can we get one like that, but it'd be a Bentley?
We might be able to even get the clown van. I have to see what
That might be the budget. Take a POS and wrap it with some Odds Brothers gear. They're not going to wrap it with like a wrap. We're going to have to put these shirts on it.
Right. So then we're going to do that today. We're going to pick some NBA games, at least try. But let's talk about the NCAA tournament so far. Not necessarily about our selection just yet and how they fared over the weekend, but you got no number 1 seeds anymore. You got no number 2 seeds anymore. I think it's the first time in 20-some years that's been the case.
I don't think you have 3, do you? I think the lowest one's 4.
Yeah, because if you're saying San Diego State, they were a 5 seed coming into the tournament.
Yeah.
Florida Atlantic University was a 9 seed. Miami,
UConn.
Miami was a 5 seed, and UConn actually was a fairly high seed, I guess.
4,
It's
I think.
4, yes.
Yeah,
So you got a
so
4, a couple of 5s, and a 9.
Yeah.
So not like the world's worst ever, like you have 13 seeds making it all the way to the Final Four or something, but I guess I wanted to get your thoughts on just this tournament overall. It just seemed like, even this weekend, like Creighton had a lead, a decent lead, lost it, kind of controversial ending, I hear. Florida Atlantic, Kansas State had them dead to rights for a while. They come back and win. Texas had a lead on Miami. They decided to choke it up. And UConn pretty much bizzle slapped Gonzaga.
I think so. The Gonzaga one kind of shocked me because they've been to the dance before, at least the coach has.
It has. It just seems like they were really, really relying on Drew Timme to do most of the damage. And when he got in foul trouble early and had to sit, they just never recovered from that.
And it changes the whole game dynamic.
It does, but ever since, really, Adam Morrison, when he played in the early 2000s for Gonzaga, I've never seen that team really just rely on one guy. Like, they had a couple of them anyway.
I don't remember. I wasn't born then.
Okay. I wasn't saying 1905. I was saying 2005. But this tournament's been weird, and I've heard a lot of, I guess, conjecture about why that is. One being the transfer portal. The way it works now is before you used to have to sit out a year. Now you can just go straight from team to team.
Yeah.
You don't even have to ask for your release from your previous university. You just go in there when you want and go to wherever you want. So there's a lot of movement in the transfer portal. Of course, you got the one-and-done guys, or the none-and-done guys that go straight to the G League. So they say that now you're more even playing field across all conferences in basketball. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the three-point shot is a great equalizer. Like, you can be totally dominated underneath by height or whatever. And rumor is, I know Kevin's going to have a little special fun with that today.
Oh,
because I use that a lot in my analysis, if you remember the height of rebounding.
Oh, yeah. You got your tape measure.
I did, yeah. Actually. Yeah, I do my own research, folks.
Yeah.
So when you get to a Final Four that has no blue bloods in it, you don't see any Dukes, you don't see Kentuckys, you don't see North Carolina, you don't see Kansas. And you end up with San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, Miami, and UConn. And UConn's not the women's team, and UConn is like a regional blue blood. Like if you're in the Northeast, UConn kind of dominates things. But outside of there, you don't view UConn as a basketball powerhouse in the rest of America.
No, usually you think powerhouse, you're thinking almost strictly Midwest.
Pretty much. Yeah, Duke, Kansas. Well, Duke's East Coast, but Kentucky. Indiana basketball for many years was pretty much untouchable.
Not Nebraska.
Not Nebraska. No, not so much. But
and Creighton, I mean, they looked impressive. They survived way longer than I thought they would have.
Yep. And then you think since they, went against San Diego State, and they had a bad time to have a bad shooting game, and,
Sometimes pressure gets to you, though, when you're in those moments. It can be a team thing. One good player starts having a bad streak, could affect the entire team.
So the proof in the pudding, or where I was coming down to all this, is now
I
that
like pudding.
Tapioca ain't as bad as it sounds. Saturday, when you have these Final Four games, there's a big consensus that's saying that they'll have their worst ratings ever because you don't have a national team, so to speak, that everybody knows, a blue blood with a fan base that's going to travel everywhere, that's used to traveling, and you're going to end up with a so-so Final Four and final game because nobody knows these teams, so nobody's really going to care. Where you stand on that?
Well, you could, but it really depends on the demographic where you're at. If you're over on the East Coast or if you're down in Florida, probably won't notice a difference. But you're right. Your Midwest folks probably aren't going to be paying much attention to it. I'd be anxious to see what the crowds look like here at Southland on that day. But my gut tells me we weren't very busy last year for the Final Four. I predicted to be about the same.
Yeah, and if Memphis or Arkansas would have made it to this point, I think the thing's different. I think then it becomes. Absolutely. I think then it becomes regional dependent.
Oh yeah.
When your local brick and mortar spots, like down in Houston, where the Final Four and championships game going to be, I'm sure they'll sell it out because you got sponsors and stuff that just like to go to events. So when you look at it from a TV presentation, it'll be like, oh well, they packed it out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But from a rating standpoint, how many people are just going to tune in and watch the game, or are they going to turn around and just look at the score later or get their news alert on their phone? Oh, well, I guess FAU advanced. Okay.
Should still give some of the gambling folks that bet sportsbook still a decent shot. I mean, it's going to be anxious to see if books make money on the Final Four. You have all these upsets, books making money on all these upsets.
Yeah. But that's great thought that from a sportsbook perspective, this has probably been the most profitable NC men's AA tournament that you could see.
Across the country.
Yeah, just because nobody's picking these teams.
Yeah.
And then when they do the first couple of upsets, that's got to be it for them. They'll get beat this round, and then they don't.
Yep.
And they start taking down these monster names, and there you go. So we'll see if this is a trend, or next year it writes itself and your blue bloods are right back in the thick of things through recruiting and all that good stuff, NIL money, because they obviously can pay players a lot more than San Diego State can, or FAU alumni can pay the next big thing in college basketball. So we'll see what goes on.
Yeah.
All right. So with that out of the way, let's remind everybody.
What reminded him, Paul? What we reminded him?
If you have a not signed up for a Betly account, and
yeah?
you're in Arkansas or Tennessee, we still have Nick's money on the line there, up to $250 to get on there. It's a risk-free bet, meaning that you can make a bet, and if you lose anywhere between $10 and $250, you'll get a matching free bet back if you lose. And if you win, well, then guess what? You win.
Oh, you win, you win.
You didn't need it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so.
Don't forget about the tournament still going on as well on the Betly app. You still have tournaments every weekend, even when this tournament ends. There you go.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Pop it up.
So it's
You
still
got it plugged in?
I don't have it plugged into the actual thing, but I was just using this to go over some odds today. But let's just say, let's see.
The active. Yeah, that's the one you want to be on.
All right.
And then you scroll.
And then I scroll some more, Paul.
Learn
Learn more. There are 30 winners. All right, let's see if we can learn more.
Learn more.
Tournament description. All right, so this has been going on for, is this just Arkansas, by the way, Mark?
It is just Arkansas.
Right.
So this tournament for 25K is just Arkansas.
So right now, your leaders, so to speak, Robert K. has just over 200 points. So right now, he's sitting first for $5,000.
Yeah.
George S. has 141 points, sitting right now second at 3,500, and then
Now, how do you get those points?
Well, from my understanding, and you can probably correct me if I'm wrong,
Go to the learn more.
the odds.
Right. It's odds based.
It's odds based. So they're
It's not so if you have 3 tickets and each one of them are plus 100, plus 100, plus 100, you don't have 300.
You just have the 100.
You
right?
just have the 100. It's the highest odds
out of anything that you bet.
out of anything you bet. So that you could still go in there and win.
So it's
Anything.
not, and it's not just NCAA tournament.
No.
It could be on baseball. It could be on anything, right?
Right.
All right, NBA. So anybody that would have bet the Charlotte Hornets twice this week to beat up on my Mavs would have been huge.
Really?
Because the Mavericks were 13-point favorites, I think, and won, and 11-point favorites, and they lost both convincingly.
Did you bet it?
No, I can't bet those. I can't bet the Mavs. I can't really bet against them because I feel bad sometimes, but they're just a dumpster fire.
Dump truck.
Dump truck, yeah. So there's that. So there's the tournament. Now, from promotions-wise, you got your $250 risk-free bet that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, go down to your odds boost because you have at least 4 odds boosts daily.
4 of them daily, huh?
I think so.
There you go.
Yeah, go to your
So the recurring one right now, there's a parlay.
power up.
Yep, letting all your 3-leg plus parlays get automatically boosted. So that's one of them. Boost your cash winnings. Let's try that one. Let's see what that promotion's all about. Oh,
Profit boost.
so your profit boost so far.
Well,
Boost.
they got one there for
They got
women's college basketball.
Yeah, so
Look
they
at
got
that.
the WNC, the Women's National College Basketball Tournament. It's got a 35% boost.
Yeah.
And then a tennis boost. So if anybody wants to bet tennis, which I can guarantee you we will not cover on this program, you get 25% profit boost on that if you end up winning there. And that's to winning single and parlay bets in tennis as well.
Yeah, go to the odds boost. Those are the ones that always tickle me.
The odds boosts?
Yeah, the odds boost always tickle me because we try to remain pretty competitive against competitors
All right.
within the state.
Let's see what the latest odds boosts are.
Yeah, I see an NBA one.
So the NBA is plus 600.
Oh, there's only 3 right now. Whoa!
If you like the Bucks at minus 15.5, they must be playing the Mavericks. The Pacers plus 1.5. Actually, they are.
What's
the ones
their odds
playing.
on that NBA game?
Plus 600.
Plus 600.
From a plus 570.
All right, boosting it just a skosh.
Just a skosh. The other one in the Women's National Basketball Tournament, you get Maryland plus 14.5 and Ohio State plus 1.5. So if you bet both Big Ten teams to get in tonight action, it boosted as well from plus 265 to plus 295.
All right,
And
just
then
a
the
little
NBA
skosh.
is called the D-Ballers. So Devin Booker to get over 42.5 points, rebounds, assists, all combined. So it's not just points, but all those categories combined. If you get a number that's over 42, it's boosted up to plus 290 from plus 260 as well. And I'm sure we're going to pick that today, so I'm going to keep that in mind because I need to know the opponent for sure.
All right, well, just leave it there.
Before I get in there. All right, so there we are on that. Kevo, what do we got first?
Here we go.
NBA review.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be great.
NBA review.
All right.
Are we keeping stats on this?
Yeah,
You got
Kevin
stats,
is.
Kevin?
Kevin is, although he doesn't know out of how many games. I don't know if he ever went back. But first, this is what we picked on Thursday. If you remember, we did a Sweet 16 special. The Dookie on the old Knicks there.
What'd we pick?
We picked the Knicks.
Huh.
They were favored by 3.5. They end up losing by 5 to the Orlando Magic. The final over-under is 228.5.
Not that we're keeping stats on the over-under.
I'm sure you went under-roo.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do. You like to go under-roo on a lot of stuff. So, yeah, the Knicks, they picked a great – and this just tells you how tough it is to play. Whether it be NBA or basketball in general, the three-point shots, NBA, everybody's there for a reason. It just no rhyme or reason sometimes to some of these scores, except when you get to like Boston's and Milwaukee's who win more often than they don't.
Wow.
What's the next one you got, Kevo? Oh, some more Dookie.
Are you sure?
I don't know, because I thought for sure we probably picked Cleveland to win, Kevo.
Oh, and they just
but not
didn't cover?
by 4.5.
Yeah, okay.
And it went over on this one, a 230 to a 218.
Yeah, and you
half.
picked under on that game.
I'm pretty sure I did because I didn't know anybody from Brooklyn that could score points. And sure enough, somebody figured it out for 114 of them.
All right. That's shitty.
Kevin, is that why the Dookie's there?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, here's one we got right.
Hey-oh.
Those aforementioned Charlotte Hornets
Yeah.
win in the next night and beat up on Dallas.
Look at that.
But they lose by almost 20 points here in this game. Minus 7.5, so we got both heads on that one. And the Underroo portion of the program at 211 points went to Mark.
I think you had the Underroo on this one, too.
I probably did because I didn't think Charlotte scored any
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, you said that comment about Charlotte being shitty.
Yes. And then Maverick said, hold my beer. All right, so we got that one. Oh, OKC.
What?
No LeBron. They were favored by 4.5. I don't know. We must have just took Oklahoma City straight up.
Who's Thunder playing?
Thunder was playing L.A. Lakers, I'm sure. Or no, Clippers. The Clippers. They're an expansion team, the Clippers.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they win. They win by 12. Or well, not 12. Try 22.
We didn't have that right.
I guess not. And look at the Underroo.
We probably picked the Clippers.
The Underroo by half a point. How about that? Underroo for half a point.
Just come in here and bet all the unders.
Well, so far you're probably half mixed on.
Probably right. What's this here?
Oh my goodness.
What's that crap on the right?
Moneyline Mark got 3 of the overs.
What's that
correct.
crap on the left?
Look at his Underroos. 11. That was as of episode 56. Now we've had 4 episodes since then.
What?
So
Oh.
I don't know if we picked any though. And covers, straight out covers, I have 6 to 8. So Mark's leading out of that one. Let's see, I have 14. He has 22 picked correctly as of the NBA series. So he's smoking me so far by 8 correct selections. Between all of them.
Did you just get out of prison with that? Is that before your haircut?
Yeah, that was before I was director of the Bentley podcast. I cleaned up since then, Paul.
Huh. You going to dress up this Halloween?
Yeah.
What are you going to dress up as?
Maybe that guy again. Still got the suit.
Huh.
I don't know if I'll fit in it, though.
Can you grow your hair out like that?
Yeah. Just give me the start of next year's football season. I'm sure I can get it there in a hurry.
I'm going to come dressed as a Duke emoji with a hat on.
The Nebraska hat, maybe? All right, Kevo, thanks. What do we got next?
Oh, what's this?
Are we going to pick games tonight?
Yep.
All right, so we're going right into
All right.
tonight's games. I've got those lovey stats for you. First
Yeah.
up, the Philadelphia 76ers are at the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are favored by 5.5. Some locations now have Denver favored by 7, so there's been some movement on this line toward the Denver side if you're looking and are interested. The over-under 229.5 has been pretty solid. Right now, Mark, at the -7 number, 56% of the money's on Denver here, 44% on Philly, and it's now trending under Rue as far as the over-under.
Yeah.
By almost the same margin. So what's your gut feeling tell you on this game tonight?
Well, what's our ticket going to get punched at? -5.5 or -7?
Yeah, we're going -5.5.
All right,
yeah.
-5.5. I'll go with the Nuggets, and of course I'm going under Rue. There's no doubt.
No doubt on the under Rue, huh?
No, that's going to be a good game though.
I'm sitting here.
Look at that. He even put that little stat in there for you. See, you got Kevin out there helping you hold the tape measure. Average height 6.5.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He knows more in college basketball than pro ball, but there is some method to that. You know, Philly's 23-14
Take them.
on the away, but as an underdog, they're only 500, 11-11. So I'm trying to look and see if there's any kind of injuries to note. He's questionable at Denver tonight, James Harden.
Oh, yeah. And he's like 6'6", so that lowers the average.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is out. for Philly. So knowing that's probably why the line moved more than anything else. Is Joel Embiid is out for Philly tonight on the road. So that probably means the 76ers will cover.
All right.
But not win. So give me 5.5. I'll take the 76ers, and I'll go over-under. Something smelly. I'll go under. Under-roo. I'll do the under.
Smelly, all right. Is that pick of 76ers?
Yeah, I'm taking the points. I think Denver probably gets a win out of this one. But you got the two big stars out of 76ers either questionable or out, so that tells me that they're going to do something that nobody figures, which is probably
get their butt beat. Not even get to 100.
Maybe not. That's why I like the under, though, because that's a lot of points a game. That's like 60-some points a game that isn't there.
Yeah.
Next game, Kevo.
Well, the Rockets and
Rockets and the Knicks. Great. Two teams that screwed us last time. Right now, 12.5. It's gone up to 13.5 in some locations.
That's
Knicks
a lot.
are favored, 229.5. It's gone to 230, so a little movement there. They think there's going to be no defense, which for the Houston Rockets, it's 100% correct.
Yeah.
54% of the money right now, as far as the point spread goes, is on New York.
They still got it close to 12.5.
The Houston Rockets, it's almost a 50-50 split here on money, on the point spread. So they about got the right number is what you're thinking. Initial thoughts.
Yeah, you tell me. Yeah, I went first last time.
Oh, that's right.
You go first this time.
Let me look and see here. Rockets and Knicks.
Rockets,
you know I like to give you the,
all my
the
Rockets
latest here. For Moneyline, they got the Knicks at minus 1,000, plus 660 for Houston. So I don't see how Houston wins this game. That's a lot of points in an NBA game to give up. Houston's been known to get dump trucked, though. See the Memphis Grizzlies most recently. I think beat them by 40.
Ooh.
Let's see what their record as underdogs on the road is. 16-54.
Take them. You want to?
A lot. I do because
you want to because of the point spread. Take them. You might as well take them.
I'm going to go under Ruse because Knicks usually don't play at that pace to score that many points, even if they want to.
All right.
God dang, 12.5 points. After New York's been embarrassed, they do need a win here.
Ain't going to be able to do it.
Not going to be able to do it.
This is tough. I'll take the points in Houston. Not feel great about it.
Oh, is Houston OC's team? Is that what you were
Yes.
struggling with?
No, that's not why I was struggling.
You can say just pull the lips out and I'm picking the Knicks.
You're going to say covering, huh? You covering?
Yeah, Knicks are covering.
All right. And? Underroo, of course.
Underroo, of course. Underroo, because the Rockets aren't going to score 100 points. So it's going to go under.
They do shoot a lot. Hey, I'm just saying. Didn't the New York Knicks just get beat by Orlando?
You want to take a look at Kevin's stats again? I love them.
No. Let's go on to the next game, sir. Bucks and the Detroit Pistons. So
holy cow.
Right now, the over-under is 232.5, and as you can see, 16.5-point Buck favorites at this point. This has come down quite a bit from when Kevin did it. They have Milwaukee at minus 13. This game is on the road, and the money is split almost evenly, 51% on Detroit, actually, with the points in this game. 228, everybody's saying over, and it has gone to 232.5. So the trend is over, and the point spread is going up by the minute. Mark?
I am going to go with the Pistons. Bucks win, but they don't cover, so I'm going to pick the Pistons. Pistons. Yeah, them too.
The Pistons?
The Pistons. And I still think it's going to be under. I think it's going to be 228.
They're 49-11 as favorites. They're 23-14. I'm talking Milwaukee as on the road. Against the spread on the road, though, 19-14-4. So decent, but not quite as impressive.
Yeah, but is their spread usually that big? That's a big number.
I mean, that's quite a bit.
At what point does too big in basketball?
Now, Drew Holiday for Milwaukee is out in the game tonight. Jay Crowder has been upgraded to probable. And Giannis is out against Detroit.
Steve's in.
I'm going to take Detroit. That's a lot of points. I'm going to take Detroit plus 16.5 here. As far as over-under, I'm wondering who's going to get scoring. So I'm going to go under-roo.
Under-roos again.
When you get a lot of big powerhouse scorers in there, like Giannis is a 30-plus point-a-game guy. So who's going to make up for that is a little questionable.
Steve.
I got some guy named Steve.
Yep. Steve.
All right.
MF
So
Popo.
we both got the Underoos, and
All right.
you took the Bucks.
No.
So we're on the same side of the fence.
I took the Pixtons.
All right. Indiana Pacers, my Dallas Mavericks.
This is a no-brainer for me.
I don't get this. All right, so Dallas 4.5-point favorite. It has come down to 4 in some locations. Over under right now is 238.5. I don't think that I see that anywhere on there. So we're using 238.5 on the over under mark. Neither team plays defense. Dallas, despite getting whooped by one of the worst teams in the league, not once but twice, is still favored on the road here.
That's great.
And unless it's rescinded, Luka Doncic got his 16th technical and should be disqualified tonight from playing.
It's been rescinded.
Oh, it has been rescinded, so I guess he will play. And get another tech tonight.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic complaining about a call and getting a technical is at minus 400 tonight at the official Shaney Boy Sportsbook. So against the spread, Dallas has been 4-2 on the road in the last handful of games, 6 games.
This is your Dallas Mavericks.
I'll tell you what, I just do not like what I see with that team. They play zero defense no matter who is playing. And Charlotte was down to 7 healthy guys, 4 guys from the G League, and 2 guys that I think they drafted that suited up. So other than Gordon Hayward, which is like 74 years old right now.
Wow,
I
that's
think that
impressive.
Was yeah, so Maxi Kleber is questionable. Luka is probable because of the suspension being rescinded. Thanks, Kevo, for that late-breaking update.
Yes, sir.
Dallas needs this game. They're out of the playoffs as we speak. They're playing and everything. They're like 11th in the standings
What are they playing for?
to try to get back into the playoffs.
Oh,
at least
there's
in
still
the
a
playing
shot?
games. There's still a shot for them.
Huh.
The Pacers ain't playing for much other than to just win and beat them.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks 4.5. Let me have the Pacers, please.
All
And
right.
the over-under, I'm going to go under here because I think that there's not going to be a whole lot of scoring here. Dallas has been struggling shooting the ball lately. I don't see how that changes on the road tonight.
What do you got it at? 228?
Underoos, 238.5.
238.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going under. And I'm picking the Pacers. Just because, like the Cowboys, I'm not positive what the hell's going on with the Mavericks. So,
Underoos. So
Underoos
if
for
I did
Moneyline mock.
If I did say it was 228.5, are you still Underoos?
Yeah, by that half, I would be under.
Oh, okay. So 227, you become Overroo.
Yeah.
Next game, Kevo. I know there's quite a few in the association tonight.
Whoa,
Phoenix
whoa,
Suns
whoa.
against the Utah Jazz.
Jazzercise.
Yeah, Suns are 6.5-point favorites on the road here. 233.5. Give you a little bit of perspective here. Phoenix has gone up a half a point. They're now 7-point favorites in some places. You can still get them 6.5. They say that's too much. You got 62% of the money favoring Utah grabbing those points.
I think this will be a close game.
And 234 is the over. They're thinking it's over. So those are your 2 metrics for today. Utah and Phoenix Suns, Mark.
I'm going to go Utah. I think Phoenix wins, but not by 6.5. So I'm going to go with Utah. And, oh, boy, 117 to 113.
Is 230.
Under.
Underoos.
Underoos.
Against the spread away, Phoenix is a 500 ball club, basically. Looking at the injuries right here, well, Kevin Durant is not playing. He is out indefinitely due to an ankle. And DeAndre Ayton, the center for the Suns, is upgraded to probable, so at least he'll be in. But no KD. 6.5. Utah plays probably better at home than anything else. Yeah, give me the Jazz plus the 7 or 6.5. And then the over-under, 233.
233 and a half.
And a half. Good Lord, that's a good number. 120 to 113 is 233. That's exactly where that implies.
Where'd you get 120?
Underoos.
There you go. We're the Underoos Bandits
I'm
today.
thinking it's going to be 120 to 113.
Oh.
So that's at 233.
I was at 117 and 113.
I hear that. All right, next one, Kevo. And we knew there was one more because we saw you fat in there.
Yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans at the Trailblazers. Love that old logo. by the way. So let's give you some early
Wow.
metrics on that bad boy. Where are we looking at?
Portland and New Orleans.
That was the final. For some reason, I got back to the old yesterday stuff. All right, here we go. Portland is plus 11 in some places, so this has gone up from the 9.5 you see on the screen. 227.5 is about right. So right now you got 59% of the money laying the points with Portland. And right now it's trending over as well. It was trending over at 227, so that's probably why it moved up.
Who's out on Portland?
Yeah,
Who's
let me
hurt?
look. Unless it's Damian Lillard.
Someone's got to be hurt.
Exciting. Yeah, let's see. The Raiders injuries.
Raiders.
Well, this will shock you. Zion Williamson's still out.
Okay.
Jose Alvarado is out.
Okay.
And E.J. Liddell is out for New Orleans. Now, that's all the injuries.
Wow.
So evidently nobody for Portland.
They think Portland's going to get beat that bad, huh? All right. Well, you
All right, let me
going
check.
first on
Hang
this one?
Hang on. I forgot to click the tab.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Damian Lillard's questionable. That's probably meaning he's playing.
Yeah.
Nurkic is questionable with a knee.
Tight.
Jeremy Grant is questionable.
Jamie Grant's playing?
Yep. Justice Winslow is out. Not that he mattered much. Anthony Simons is questionable. And Ibu Bajit is questionable.
Kazoon tight.
So really, Damian Lillard is the key to this. So just to play it safe, give me New Orleans. No. Wait a minute. Are they -9?
Yeah.
Give me Portland. I thought New Orleans was getting points in this situation.
No. New
Which
Orleans
is a little
favored
weird.
by 9.5.
Yeah, give me Portland at home. They do play better at home. So give me that many points, and I'm going to go over.
Oh, you're
I'm
doing the
over
overrule
on this one.
There it is. Yeah, I don't see enough there to say Portland should get beat by 9.5. So I think it'll be a close game. So I'm going to go with Portland. Not saying they'll win, but with that point spread, Portland covers. And I think the final tally is going to be 228. So I'm going to go overrule.
Oh, overruled by a halfie. All right, there you got it. We got a couple more games left in the association tonight. Wolves and the Kings get after it. Sacramento 4.5-point favorites. They've
Holy
gone
cow.
a little more than that lately, so evidently that line was a little light, according to some folks. 64% of the money are even laying the higher point spread that I see here. 240.5 is a good number, and it's trending under here, Mark.
Yeah, it should go under because that's what I'm doing. That's a lot of points. Underoo. Good job, Kevo. And I'm going Sacramento Kings. I like them, so 4.5 isn't enough to get me off of them.
Yeah,
Not against the Timberwolves.
I agree. The only thing that I'm going to check real quick, because I want to make sure that
Check that
their
injury
point
stat.
guard is playing tonight. Let's see.
It
that was
doesn't
Kevin
matter.
Durant. Let's try to go back and actually hit the game that I mean. Yeah,
click,
Paul.
Click that game.
Here we go. Click that beautiful beat.
Click it.
As we go down.
Hmm.
Two trends injuries. None for Minnesota and Sacramento. Is De'Aaron Fox he's upgraded probable. That's why I wanted to check.
All right.
He's a 30-point a game scorer, mid-20s actually, but I like that. So with that in mind, give me Sacramento as well. And I'm going to go both of these teams could do $120, but I'm going to go slightly on the under root department.
Oh, he loves the underoo all of a sudden today.
240 is a little tough sometimes, so
Yeah.
it'll probably go into 3 overtimes and we get screwed.
Yeah.
All right. Next one rolling in.
Last one.
Last one. Oh,
Last
my
one.
goodness. All right. The Bulls and the Clippers. Not the Clippiers. This is the actual Clippers.
Oh,
Yeah, that you see.
all right.
Right now, you got the Clippers at 3.5-point favorites over the Bulls. They just beat L.A., the Lakers, the other night, 219.5, so kind of low for an NBA game, Mark.
Yeah, it is.
Clippers initially. Let me see where this might have moved just to make sure.
Yeah, who's...
Clippers 4.5, so it's gone another point in their favor, and yet everybody's taking Chicago at
Yeah,
72% of the money. 220.5 is the line here, and they're still trending over. So nationally, they say Bulls cover this no problem, and it's going to go over.
That's crazy. Yeah, who's hurt? That's what I
Yeah.
want to know. Specifically
Well, I know
for
Paul
Clippers.
George is out for the Clippers. He's been out the last couple of games, though.
Uh,
For the Bulls, Lonzo Ball, which he's been out for the season for a while. Javonte Green is out with a knee, and Justin Lewis is questionable, which I don't think that matters a whole lot. Paul George out indefinitely. Kawhi Leonard is upgraded to probable. Some facial injury, it says. Norman Powell's still out. He's been out for a while. And just downgraded, Brandon Boston Jr., shooting guard, is out with a tailbone
I just
injury.
don't. I'm going to go with the Clippers. Give me the Clippers. Everything's telling me go with the Clippers. They're at home. Give me the, I'll give up the 3.5. 219, though, I'm going over.
Going over the ruse?
Yep, over ruse.
Exactly.
I think it'll be like 222.
When the Bulls beat the Lakers, they probably shot the ball one of the best games they had all year. Like, they could not miss a shot from anywhere. They were really hot. I don't know that continues, so I'm with you. It's only 3.5. I'll lay it with the Clippers, and I think that this game is bound to go over at 219.5, even without Paul George. I don't think it'll go huge over, but I think it goes over. Over-roos for both.
All right.
That's your NBA action, ladies and gentlemen, for a Monday, March 27th. We'll see how crappy that may or may not go.
It won't go crappy. You had a lot of under roos. Good job. Way to go.
Hey, if you can't beat them.
That's right. Underrule them.
All right, unfortunately, I think we got to get to this.
Well, what's that?
This is a Sweet 16
What's
recap.
the Dookie emoji? Are you saying Arkansas's Duke?
Well, we said that we picked them.
Well,
we took the Okie Smokies to continue the must bus rolling.
I got on the bandwagon.
And UConn mizzle slapped them.
Yeah.
88-65. So over under looked pretty tasty. At 153.
I got nothing to say about that because I don't know what the hell happened to Arkansas. They didn't play. First quarter, they didn't play.
Start getting out rebounded.
First half.
Yeah.
I started watching them like, what?
Contested threes from 5 foot, beyond the 3-point arc. They just looked like they had no idea what to run against UConn.
I did this.
Click. Next one on the agenda is Gonzaga and UCLA. Now, this was a great game to watch initially. If you watch, there were 3 lead changes in the under a minute time frame. Gonzaga came out with a full court three-pointer. Well, not full court, but just inside half court three-pointer that I thought was the worst shot they could take with 8 or 9 seconds left on the clock, and the guy buries it. UCLA didn't recover after that. They lose, and then Gonzaga gets whooped. So, look at that face. I at least get one.
Good job, because I don't think I get any.
It was a brutal weekend for a lot of folks.
Yes.
Next one up, Kevo. Michigan State.
Oh, I did get one.
Kansas State. You did get it. I thought Tom Izzo and the coaching was going to be the difference. It was a good game. It could have gone either way for a large portion of the game, but Kansas State does eke out that victory. They were getting points to boot. They just flat out outright run, and guess that was an overrule of epic proportions there. It did go to overtime. I'll give them that. But still, outside of that, I think it was the only game in overtime of the tournament so far.
I think I picked over on that one, too.
Okay. I don't know if Kevin marked that down or
Not going to throw one of them?
No.
Yeah. You're supposed to throw it right at the camera.
Oh, sorry. Next one, Florida Atlantic. They beat the Dukies of Tennessee. Tennessee was favored in this game.
Yeah.
They got themselves in a battle they didn't want to get into, which was a lot of rough physical play. They invited it and reveled in it in their last game, saying that's how they beat Duke, was to take them into the mud, and then Florida Atlantic said, hold my beer.
Yeah.
You want to get in the mud, we'll rough you up, and they come out with a big winner. Once again, the offensive struggles of Tennessee, when you needed offense, eventually catches up with you, and it did that week. So, a bunch of Dukies. I thought Tennessee was going to win one more game on defense. I didn't think they would need a whole lot of offense here.
I thought they were on a roll. I thought they would stick with that momentum, and I guess the wheels on the bus just came right to F off.
All right, Kevo. Another Dookie alert.
Yeah, who could have seen this?
Well, yeah. And Miami was dead to rights. Houston had them for a long stretch, and then Miami went on that run in the second half, and Houston just could not recover. Now, granted, Houston's more of a defensive-oriented team as well, so when that started failing them, they had to start pressing offensive lies, and that made things even worse. A lot of run-out baskets and things of that nature, and it became a game that Miami wanted to play instead of the game Houston wanted to play, and showed up in the final score.
They did.
Even if Miami was favored instead of Houston by 7.5, guess what? That hook came into play. I was just looking at that. 7 it was the final margin, just didn't come out to be tonight. And once again, Miami's one of these teams that, they've been playing well, but I thought their luck would finally run out on it, and sure enough, they Other than UConn, they probably look the best of the 4 remaining teams left. As far as overall, all over.
You think they win it?
All around game. Miami?
Yeah.
I guess out of the 4 teams that we got left, I'm going to go with UConn and not feel great about it. But they've been the most complete team I've seen game in and game out so far.
What's going on with your mic?
I was just moving it to look down and make sure I had the right team.
I thought it was moving on its own. You're a magic man.
All
You're
right,
like
what's
Don
the next one
Mikowski.
there, Kevo? Oh, good Lord. San Diego State.
What the flippity flop happened to Alabama?
Well, they fell in love with the 3, and they end up going 3 for 24 or 27. From
At some point, you got to stop.
That's just what they've done all year. And San Diego State's a top 10 team defensively. They're actually top 4, I think, in 3-point field goal defense. And Alabama, that's all they love to do. And to your point, they did not adjust at all. There was no adjustment. If you got a bunch of guards or people that primarily shoot threes, it's hard to tell them to start trying to pound it inside or take it to the hole. But this game was all about San Diego imposing their will late and Alabama just not hitting shots. If Alabama even hit 3 more three-pointers, they win this game. And that would have only made him 6 out of 27. So you're talking still under 20-some% to shoot. That's how close this game actually was to going Alabama's way despite that poor shooting.
There's your San Diego State. There's your winner.
You think that wins the tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that might be. It'd be interesting to see because it is possible to have a San Diego State-UConn final. And then we could go head-to-head with that.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody at least gets to claim victory one time in this damn tournament.
Look at that. Your head's been bulbous-sized.
I'd pick Creighton over Princeton
Why's it got to be so big?
because that was a big head pick. Brainy Shaney. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Creighton shot well. They did a lot of things well against Princeton. They got onto a big lead, and Princeton had to start playing Creighton's game. They couldn't just sit there and bleed 25 seconds off the shot clock, being behind like they were. They start picking up the pace, and when that happened, Creighton said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, that was impressive.
And that 9.5. Ooh.
That's
It was
not
11. I mean, it was close. If
Yeah.
you took them covering, you had to still sweat it a little at the end.
Yeah.
That's all that meant.
That was a good number by the odds makers.
It was. Not the odds brothers.
No.
The odds makers.
Yep.
All right. What do you got, Kevo? Oh, Texas over Xavier. Another one I had right. But I also had Texas winning the championship from the Sweet 16. And guess what? They went home the very next round against Miami. So, yeah.
Didn't Marshall Yeah, he had him Texas winning too, right? In his bracket?
I have to go. Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Sorry, Marshall. Matter of fact, we're basically at the point we can go back and revisit these things.
You can. Mine's done.
Yeah,
None of my
I
teams
think
have
all
been
of
there
ours
for
is
a
done.
minute.
Even who'd you have, Kevin?
Kansas, Purdue,
Kansas, Purdue. Yeah, so we all suck. All right, go on to the next one.
Elite 8.
Oh, just going over this. Florida Atlantic ends up beating Kansas State. A little controversial ending on this one as far as fouls called. Florida Atlantic looked like Kansas State had them dead to rights for a while in the second, and then Florida Atlantic. Let me tell you, that 30-3 record I thought was a little bit sugary, if you will, like filled with a bunch of wins against teams that really aren't that good. But as a team and the coach, they really believe in what they're doing, and they've got a lot of athletes at every position. So this team, not a household name, but, being a 9 seed, they were pretty solid throughout the tournament, Mark. And then Kansas State was kind of a signature win to let you know, hey, if you didn't believe that when we beat Tennessee, it was for real, then we'll go ahead and take out Kansas State as well.
Yeah, I was hoping Kansas State would pick up the pieces where Kansas didn't.
And not so much, huh?
Well, they did. They just went right out the door with them.
Right out the door. All right, Kevo. Gonzaga, UConn. UConn took them to the woodshed. We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Timmy was in foul trouble. Timmy! And then, well, really, UConn had it in control. They had 17-point lead early on. Gonzaga was. It's not often you see Gonzaga get taken to the woodshed. They've lost games, but it's usually been pretty close. But they played with fire with UCLA being down 13 and 14 points early in the second half. They ended up rallying to win that one, but they weren't rallying here against UConn. So now UConn's in the Final Four.
Yippee!
All right, what else you got, Captain? Oh, Creighton. San Diego State. Once again, this is another one. When you get a score in the 50s, granted it is a defensive-minded team for San Diego. That's how they win. Their offense isn't that great, so they drug Creighton down to their style of game, a defensive game, and then they win a lot of those games that become defensive battles, and they did again.
Should be interesting to see how far they go.
But for Creighton, one hell of a run. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have them originally getting this far, but I did have them getting into the title game based on the route that they had left in the Sweet 16. And, well, San Diego State's done. Somebody cheering? Is there a cheer for Creighton?
Yeah, it sounds like it's behind Kevin.
All right. Texas, Miami.
They're spelling Creighton with an A.
The highest scoring game of the weekend, or at least in the Elite Eight, and Miami ends up taking them home, Texas. Once again, a lot of good players on Texas. Miami just proved to be a little better. And there you go.
Don't mind me. I'm just dancing
All right.
with the chant.
Is that the last one, Kevo?
Yep, that's all I got.
All right, so real quick on the bracket, and we'll fill this out on Monday, or when we're done with it all, see who's the eventual champion. But,
Boy.
Marshall had Texas done, had 530 points. Can't get any more because there's nobody left. for him.
Congratulations, Marshall.
I had Kansas at 460 points. I ended up finishing second when it was all said and done.
Nice job. You came out of the gate late.
I did. I ended up getting a cramp early on and worked it out.
Yep.
When driving home, K-Gun, otherwise known as Kev Dog, he had Purdue winning. He finished third with
There's
410
no need
points.
for third place applause.
And let me see. Who's last with 400 points here?
I came out of the gate like a 3/16 dog. Didn't realize it was a 3/8 race.
The nasty critter turns out to get last.
Last place deserves that, though. Only one, damn it.
That was the Odds Brothers bracket challenge. So Marshall ended up beating both of us. That means when he gets down here, he gets a $50 food credit and also a Odds Brothers T-shirt, which I haven't sent yet. He got that either way just for participating. At the
Yeah,
Nation
we're
City.
almost out of.
Might have to order some more.
Our stock is, I don't know. Yeah,
we have a
'cause
size?
I think the sizes are like 4X. Had to check.
Okay. We'll have to get some more in.
Yeah.
Football season's approaching fast.
Guess what starts this weekend? Kevin should know.
What's
Baseball.
There you go.
Oh.
Opening week of baseball.
Hey, Kevo, real quick.
Yes, sir.
For those that don't know, our executive producer there, Kevo, is a avid Cubs fan. So
Sorry.
he's been, I know.
Thank you.
He's been brutalized for many years. But so what's your outlook on your boys this year?
I can see them. I don't think they'll win the division, but I think they'll either finish second or third.
Really? So when you say they don't win the division, who you got winning the division? You think it's going to be the Cardinals?
Yes.
So out of their Pittsburgh, probably your last place team, or Cincinnati, or
Both.
both of them? Pretty bad?
Yes.
Well, I would guess. So you follow the thing real quick. So we'll do a little baseball talk on Monday, a week from now. How about that? We'll try to pick our winners of each of these divisions. See how close we come out of there.
Okay.
All right. So
Sounds good.
Kevin's the resident baseball expert. You know it quite a bit from old days there, Mark.
Yeah.
And I'm the rookie when it comes to baseball.
I think he's having technical malfunctions over there. You got him so excited he knocked his mic off.
All right. What else we got, Kevo, before we get out of here?
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
No XFL stuff?
No, sir.
Good, because I think we sucked on that one, too.
And then when's the USFL start up?
USFL starts up on April 15th.
All right, we got some time to plan for that.
Let me just look, because I wasn't looking good with my Seattle Battlehawks the other day.
Yeah, what happened to those stats?
We did pick some of those games.
We said F it.
We say So just so we know, the Sea Dragons won
Yeah, I had them. That's right. That's a win.
against the Guardians. They won by 7. I forget what the spread was there.
3.5.
I doubt it. The Battlehawks, there you go. I had them against the Vipers, and
Yeah, I had them too.
won.
Yeah.
29-6, but I did take the over because I thought they both do 20 pointers.
Yeah, I had
So that went under ruse.
I had the.
And the Brahmas against the
Yeah.
Renegades. I took the Renegades, I'm sure.
Yeah, I didn't. I took the Rocks team.
Kevin,
He doesn't have stats. Winner, chicken dinner.
I'm going to be looking this up. I don't know how
right.
anybody took the Brahmas.
Yes.
But anyway, that's your XFL news. All right, like and subscribe, folks. You're watching the Odds Brothers podcast, and we're coming to you from Southland Casino and Hotel in West Memphis, Arkansas. Reminding you to go ahead and get the Betly app in any state you're at, whether it be Ohio, whether it be West Virginia, whether it be Tennessee, whether it be Arkansas. Check out, every state has its own little sign-on new member bonuses. Right now in Arkansas, Tennessee, it's a $250 risk-free first bet.
Yes.
All the details can be found at Betly.com, and select your state-specific logo at the bottom, and you can find out all the information there. Sound about good?
That sounds right.
All right, Friday's show. Got a lot of stuff going on, sort of. We're going to be picking some more NBA, I'm sure. We're going to be ready. There's only about a week left, give or take, of the NBA season before we get into the playoffs, so we'll have a playoff spectacular.
Ooh, yeah, we got to do that.
On Monday, as well as a baseball look ahead for the Major League Baseball. And we're within about a month now of the NFL draft. Not that we're going to do a whole lot, but we will take a look at some futures wagers for first pick and some things NFL draft related as well.
I'll forget this by
And
then.
then one of these days, I would love to see what do we used to call it? Sweet treats and bad beats. If anything, just to see the opening. It's been so long. That thing's been great.
Yes.
All right, anything else before we get the hell out of here?
I got nothing.
Got nothing? Kevin, you got anything?
No, sir.
Sounds like you need to roll that beautiful bean footage.
Thank you for listening to the Odds Brothers podcast.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Presented by the Betly Sportsbook. Place your sports bets here from inside Southland Casino or from anywhere in Arkansas at southland.betly.com.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Be sure to follow the Odds Brothers podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google, and YouTube. Keep in mind, in Arkansas, you must be 21 or older and located in Arkansas to bet. Please play responsibly. For help quitting, call 1-800-522-4700.